Scorpio darling, happy full moon in Gemini. The grid behind me is for a Scorpio rising, but my readings can always be watched by a Scorpio sun as well as a Scorpio moon. As we can see, we got money on the brain, money, values, access to resources. And we have this full moon in our 8th house, shared possessions, which is run by Gemini, which is fascinating to me. So it's like, because of your vibration, Scorpio, when you are signing a deal with someone or you're working with someone, it is about the vibe. And for you, a handshake is more important than any contract, anything ever could be. And I also want to highlight that for many people, and this is something that Lazarus spoke of very eloquently. Lazarus is a channel that I've been following for my entire life. And there's a fear of success or a self-sabotage type of a mentality where we always think like, well, with more money, I'm going to have people asking me for more money. And, if I win the lottery, then I know everyone's going to be coming out of the woodwork and asking me for all of these things, and I'm not going to know what to do, and yada, 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 and oh my goodness. So we unconsciously or subconsciously never actually acquire the success that we are meant for because we preemptively anticipate from our current standpoint the troubles that we are going to have when we have the thing. What we need to know is that with infinite time, infinite money, or the abundances, the stage, the platform that we know that we're meant for, you can outsource. You can pay people. You'll be able to, more money, more problems, more money, you'll be able to pay your assistant, pay the accountant, pay the personal trainer, pay the freaking bodyguard if you need to, buy another house, get a bit of fence for the house, whatever it is that you need to. So it's that, Lazarus would be so funny about this. There's he's always spoken of that as every human being on this planet has 2 roles to play, whereas we are consciously creating our successes and learning how to have fun. And, maybe if there's lack within your family, your parents would say around the dinner tables, like, yeah, they have money, but are they happy? Yeah, they have money, but do they love each other? Yeah, they do. They're having tons of fun and they're renting ATVs and taking month vacations and things like that. So that's just, it's, a seed of Catholic guilt for many people. It's this, don't have too much, don't take more than your fair share. But when you're a good person and you're a leader and you are conscious and you have, a beautiful heart and you want to give and give and give, with more money, you can create more things. You can give money. You can tip $1,000 every time you go out to eat. You can change the world. So look at some self-sabotaging activities if you're doing them. Move slower than you think is possible. Some of you might be moving or acquiring lots of land and property in the next few decades with the Pluto transit, as well as, I'm just highlighting that wherever Aquarius is in your chart, it's being straddled right now by Pluto and Saturn. Pluto is at 28 degrees of Capricorn and Saturn is at 0 degrees of Pisces. So it might be that home, my pocket of the world, this little box of safety, cultural family roots, especially with the Pluto transit, you Scorpio rising especially, but there could be some vibrations of a Scorpio sun as well as a Scorpio moon. You are changing some lineage stuff. This is cultural family roots. So I'll just speak to the Scorpio rising grid behind me, and definitely if you're keen for a one-on-one reading, please reach out directly. We can book that because wherever Aquarius is in your chart is going to be the deepest transformation for you in the next 20 years. You can pull up the chart for your company, corporation, whatever it may be, but that will be your deepest transformation in your entire life. So Pluto and Saturn kind of looking at this, you might feel as though there's more meant for you, that there's something bigger that's meant for you. And there is, but act in that vibration. So you make money when you sleep. You have created programs that you only work like once a quarter or something like that. Are you stressed about money? No. Do you wake up and hustle? No. Do you do things once and then never worry about it again? Yes. Do you move slowly? Yes. So with all of this activity in your 2nd house of money, values, and access to resources, what do you value? What are your top 5 values? Money, definitely, I'm not going to should you, but money is one of the first few on my lists. Money, family, love, honesty, being of service. What are your values? And that will show you money access, shared resources access. If the people around you have those same values, they're meant to be there. If they don't, maybe they just need, you don't have to talk to them about this, it's you. You don't have to talk to them about this, but just set a mental boundary and say, I know that you're in my life, but you're not a part of my VIP, my inner circle. And I have absolutely no obligation to share my ideas with you, share my time with you, share any of it with you. I don't have to do that. You can be choosy. You can be choosy. Everyone is worthy, but who's worthy for you? Your inner circle. And who are your top 5 people? And they can be a YouTuber. It can be God. It can be, you don't have but who are your top 5 people? Who are you responsible for? Who's in the inner circle? There's so many old karmic debts that you've either ended those contracts or are actively choosing to amend, rewrite. Yeah, there's some really interesting relationship dynamics going on right now for you, Scorpio. And as long as you know who your top 5 people are and your top 5 values are, because of your shine post Scorpio season, really, really be aware. Use the parable of fame. Use the parable of knownness, that people might think that they know you. They might think that they're closer to you, but you don't have to convince them that they're not because they don't know you. It was that great, it was a Tom Holland quote, and I absolutely respected him for this, where it's like, if you have a problem with me, text me. And if you don't have my number, you don't know me well enough to have a problem with me. People are going to gossip. People are going to have the conversation about you because it's you. Let them. That's fine. Let them gossip. Let them talk. That is none of your business. Who matters? Who is worthy? And know that when you rise from this solid foundation, not gossiping, not trying to say, oh, no, you're talking about me. This is who I actually am. Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? Let them talk. Let them gossip. Let them do the old thing. Don't get fired by participating in gossip. Yeah, because you have really big things to do. You're going to be traveling, I see, or really have multiple homes. Something about home is changing. I know I have a home, a condo on Venus, and I know that I will be, I'll speak from I statements. I'm going to do a whole video on the Pluto transit because I find it to be really, really fascinating in our deepest transformation. I'll just leave this here with you, where I know it was 2 years ago, I want to say, that I know that I'm on an interplanetary communications team. I know I have a condo on Venus. I know that I have a flying car at some point in this reality, but that's Pluto going into Aquarius. I know that. So I don't need to in any way be convinced otherwise. That's my reality, and that's where I'm heading. So the people in my life, yeah, say what you want, believe what you want. That's your reality, and that is as real as mine. So okay. But I'm looking at my values. I'm looking at, my access to resources. People are at resources as well. Every exchange, every relationship that we have is an exchange of energy. So be cognizant and know what you bring to the table. What is it? Yeah, we are the amalgamation of the 5 closest people to us, and show me your friends and I'll show you your future type thing. So you got this. I believe in you. So much is happening. We're planting seeds for new abundances in our second house of money in a few weeks. So really release the old, release the fear of success. Doesn't have to be fame. That type of vibration doesn't really exist anymore in the new world. It's knownness and having a platform and utilizing it for good. But the spell of idealizing living gods is no more. That's not the way. So there's safety at the top, because it's not a top down type of a thing. It's just an elevated consciousness, and everybody has a top. Does that make sense? There's no competition. I think I did it. Love you, Scorpio.